Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of A Literary Tasting. My name is Jessica.
My name's Annie.
And don't forget to subscribe. Guys, seriously, I hate my job. Lock in.
She said off a rip.
Please lock in and subscribe and like this video. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Just lie to YouTube. They won't know.
She hit you with the OG smash that like button.
Smash that subscribe button. You know it's gonna be an epic one.
There's an explosion.
The vine. Anyways, every week on A Literary Tasting, we have a drink, we read a book, and we complain, we talk about it. This week we're reading Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, and the drink that we have with this book is toilet water, because frankly, that's how bad and unenjoyable.
My toilet water, right here. Delicious. Yeah, that's how unenjoyable I found this book. And you know what? Like,
I've been recommended this book. TikTok, Goodreads, Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has been losing their goddamn minds over this book.
Yeah.
And frankly, I've read a bad book or two, and I don't mind a bad book that's good just because of the smut.
Yeah.
But at a certain point,
We must draw a line.
My line has been drawn.
In the sand.
We are celebrating today. Annie got into grad school today, so we are celebrating by talking about a horrendously bad book.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get like fucked up, not on the toilet water, but like
We get you already off on the toilet water. You see us like progressing into worms. Anyways,
I anamorph into a worm.
So while she's pouring herself a glass, I'm gonna give a brief synopsis of the book.
Go for it.
So basically, I hate to say it, but there is no real story between these two characters. It's just a love story between Jamie, a famous hockey player, and Piper, who's his assistant. We also find out that Piper is not interested in being an assistant, or she's also thinking of doing some marketing stuff, but she doesn't really want to do that. What she really wants to do is be a singer. So that's kind of the story. Now, I just feel like not enough happens in the book to... What's so funny?
Sorry, I just thought, like, when you said that, I just thought about Ariana doing the "She couldn't say I couldn't sing" Victorious.
And that she can't sing. It's not funny.
It's very serious, actually.
Let's just get into it. Do you have any fan casting?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I do.
Okay.
So my fan casting for my hockey player, who is obviously gonna be like
Hugh Starkey?
No.
Oh.
Actually.
Oh my god.
I would like to say that I feel like I usually pick, the past couple times I've picked.
Oh no, that wasn't a read. I just meant, you know, sometimes you gotta stick to what you know. You're gonna be annoyed by my pick, so I wouldn't have been annoyed by yours.
Yeah. I don't ever expect you to pick someone other than Nicholas Galilee. I like to have, I'd be coming with variety. Okay, so my pick.
I tried my best, but unfortunately I know where home is.
Are you trying your best? You know, you know where home is. Okay, so you remember the other day when I saw that man at work and I was like, he looks like the guy from Smallville?
Yes.
I was thinking about my fan castings for this book, and so then it just clicked right into place.
It was handed to you.
It was handed to me on a silver platter.
Yeah.
My fan
Top early 2000s into that search bar.
Boom shakalaka. My fan casting for our main character, what's his name, Jamie, is gonna be early 2000s Tom Welling.
Actually, a really, really good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That man is...
You know who he kind of looks like? He kind of looks like the dad from Gossip Girl. Sorry to put that in your brain.
Rufus?
Why the fuck did they name him Rufus? But yeah.
The way I just wheezed. I fucking hated Rufus.
That really shocked you?
Yeah.
For my fan casting, okay, you're gonna get mad, but I am obsessed with Michael Longfellow right now. I've sent her many a TikTok edit of Michael Longfellow. I love him.
Is this the man from SNL?
Yes, the man from SNL. I love him. He has a girlfriend, so unfortunately... Good for you both, I guess. God.
Okay.
Did you have anybody?
You know what?
Piper?
We were on the same wavelength though, like looks-wise. So, period. For Piper, I casted... this is a queen who's like literally in almost like everything. But this is Liana Liberato. She's been in a lot of stuff.
And Scream.
Yeah, she was in the newest Scream. I first saw her in that one movie with Chloe Grace Moretz where she dies.
Know what she was also in? She was also in Banana Split with Dylan Sprouse.
Yes. I mean, she's been in, like, literally every... I think there's not been one movie I've seen where I've not been like...
Dylan Sprouse.
Dylan Sprouse.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh my god, it's Leon Liberato. Sure. Yeah. Because I think feel like she's, like, a cute, like, cutesy girl. I could see her strumming a guitar. You know?
I just
Very
had
Girl
my
Next
pick
Door.
just now.
You know what I mean? So, that's who I selected.
For my pick, I'm gonna go with Josephine Langford. A blonde woman.
Yeah. Mine was also a blonde woman. We were in the same place. The way you reduced her. A blonde woman.
Well, I mean, Piper doesn't really give much besides blonde woman who does things. But anyways, the story starts out with, on page 2, we're getting some exposition for Jamie. Jamie has moved back to his hometown to play for the Vancouver Storm. Because my mom is just dealing with so much anxiety and depression because my dad died in a car accident because he was an alcoholic and he drove drunk. So I moved home. He said, fuck your mom.
Whoa.
Like, he said, fuck my mom. I don't give a fuck. I need to get to the talking about my cock.
No, like, when I tell you, I was, again, you know me, I'd be listening to this in my ear on Audible.
Oh, I bet this
at
was
my
awful.
office. It was it awful, babe. We were like 10 levels of hell under awful. It was bad. It was scary even. It was like, I was like, okay, so Vancouver Storm, cute.
Yeah, just like a little fluffy, cloudy, little fluffy cloud.
I said, oh, you didn't even give me a second before you told me about all your deepest, darkest traumas. Like,
yeah, it's bad writing, frankly.
Immediately getting into that immediately, it was like, oh, you said, let's just get this shit out the fucking way so I can tell you about my cock and balls.
Mm-hmm. And
gotcha.
The exposition continues immediately because the coach is like, you're such a loner. You need an assistant. I'm going to get you an assistant. Page 2. Piper's his assistant.
No, literally. And then he walks outside and says, a dog. I should get an assistant for my dog. Like, so much happened in those 4 pages to introduce Piper.
Yeah, so we get, like, so to make us like Jamie from the start, he finds a stray dog and takes it in because the animal control can't come get the dog. Just lazy. Just lazy.
Lazy. She could have just been his assistant.
Well, and then they named the dog Daisy. Girl, Pippa and Daisy.
First of all, you guys, there are other names besides Pippa, Piper, and enough.
Pippa, Piper, Zoe.
No, like, how many books have we read in the past year whose main character's name is either Pippa or Piper?
I kind of like Piper, though, I'm not gonna lie.
No, they're cute names, but enough. It's the same as Anna and Anastasia and all those. Yes. Enough.
No, I walked in. No, I got it.
You get it. Yeah, it's like, we've at least read 2, and 2's more than enough. Pack it up.
We do find some additional info out on Jamie. Jamie gives us, like I said, he's locked in with the exposition because he gives us some exposition on his ex-girlfriend. And just like every other man, you know the joke where it's like, your situationship breaks up with you because his girlfriend from 10 years ago, he cheats on you because his girlfriend from when he was 10 kissed another boy on the playground.
Like someone
That's
hurt
what
him.
this is giving.
Yeah, someone hurt
because
him 10 years ago and he never gets over it.
After my ex Aaron, I broke up when we were 19. I don't do commitments. Mind you, he's 25. Girl, it's been 6 years, you need to move on.
Also,
hold on.
also,
because situationships when you're 19, Ooh. They're scary.
Yeah. No, but okay. The thing is, though, the inflated sense of self-importance in this girl's life is insane.
I know.
To think that she gave up her entire... He literally thinks that she gave up her entire modeling career, ruined her own life, all because he was just not that interested in her.
Well, we'll talk about it.
But regardless, I'm just like... it really... I'm going back to your other thing.
Okay.
He, like... There's no reason. It literally was giving, like, he had an issue from 10 years ago and he's, like, making it everyone's problem for the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah. No, and only girls are allowed to do that. Like, when I do that, when I bring up how I wanted to live in my ex's walls when I was 19, that was character development for me.
Yeah, but, like, you're not making it someone's problem now.
Oh, true.
You know what I mean? Like, that was a problem back then, but it's not currently someone's problem.
I do love bringing it up, though.
Yeah, but it's funny to bring it up now because it's not currently an issue.
True. Glad we got there.
Yeah. Like, let's remember that, queen. Give yourself some credit.
But Piper shows up to be Jamie's assistant, and she gives us some exposition. She walks into his apartment. She was like, God, I was such a loser in high school. I wore glasses, dude. Bitch, shut the fuck up. She was like, I'm a dorky band girl. And Jamie was the hottest guy in Squirrel. The hottest guy in Squirrel.
He was the hottest guy in Squirrel. It's crazy living in Vancouver.
He was the hottest guy in school. Like, there's no way he recognized me.
He also opens the door and she's like, he's still so fucking hot.
Mind you, no shade, but if you're a white blonde woman, sometimes I just don't want to hear it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's coming from a white blonde woman. It's like, at a certain point, girl, just shut up.
As a not white blonde woman,
Girl, just shut up.
Girl, just shut up, because you were noticed. Even if it wasn't by him, you were noticed by someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I was noticed by approximately no one, if not like a handful of people. So there are still people to this day who are like, I'll meet people from high school, and like this happened to me a couple weeks ago, and they'll be like, oh, nice to meet you, and I'm like, we were in the same classes.
Happened to you a couple weeks ago, did it?
Indeed it did.
Let's not go back to that time.
Yeah. So, yeah. But the thing was, like, what pissed me off was that he opened the door and she was immediately horny. And I was like, okay, you can at least give pleasantries first.
I wrote in the like, midway through the outline, horniness plagues their thoughts. Horniness plagues their thoughts. And that's coming from somebody who is literally horny
all the time.
Every single second of every day.
Yeah.
If you see me in public at any point,
no,
I'm probably thinking...
Know that I'm horny. Understand something
like,
now.
It doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter the situation. Like,
horny.
If I'm awake, I'm horny.
I'm horny. But them? I was sitting there like,
it was annoying.
Y'all, enough.
Yeah.
These two are sinners.
They need to turn to Jesus.
No, but...
But she makes sure that we know that she's a singer because he goes to practice. She stays home with the dog. She's cleaning the kitchen and she's singing Fleetwood Mac in the kitchen.
Don't
piss me off.
My eyes so hard they fell out of my asshole.
Yeah.
I was like, please, why did name dropping the Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood Mac. It's always Fleetwood. Anybody that wants to show off their music taste is either Pink Floyd or Fleetwood Mac.
Girl,
we get it.
Fleetwood Mac is amazing.
It's time to move on.
But it's not even time to move on. Fleetwood Mac is great. I love Fleetwood Mac as much as the next person. But we don't need to...
Get an original character trait.
Right. Like, we all enjoy it. Find something else.
Right. It's almost as mainstream as Taylor Swift or Britney Spears at this point.
They're great.
Can you imagine he walks into the kitchen and she's, oh, baby, baby. He's like, damn, that's a really good impression.
Cunt.
I can't do that. We say it, it's okay.
Yeah.
But he comes into the kitchen, he hears her singing Fleetwood Mac, and he's like, this cannot stand. The horniness levels that I've reached are unmanageable. I must fire her. Because I'm gonna fuck her. And I can't fuck my pretty assistant. I swear to God, I kind of wanted to keep a tally of how many times he said pretty assistant instead of her name.
I'm gonna look it up.
It got to the point where it was uncountable.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up while you talk, but yeah, go ahead.
But she's like, no, I'm not dealing with this. She kind of slays the boots because she shows up at his house with muffins and she's like, you're not fucking firing me, you fucking weirdo. I love when girls tell men no.
Me too.
I'm gonna keep doing it. You need to figure it out. You need to figure it out. You're the problem.
Yeah. She said, I'm gonna sing Britney Spears. I don't know what to tell you. Just try not fucking me. I mean...
She doesn't know he wants to fuck her, obviously.
Yeah, that was
but, no, it was a good joke. It was funny. But it's important to her that she keeps this job because she gives us some backstory on her life. She got similar to how, what's that girl name? Oh, similar to how Brianna Chickenfry was fucked over by a Zach not too recently. She was fucked over by a Zach not too recently.
Yeah.
She put her whole life on hold to follow her boyfriend from high school on tour, and he dumped her over the phone and told his assistant to put her in a car, take her to the airport, and then called her, and he was like, oh damn.
Sorry, babe.
I'm breaking up with you, and also your music sucks ass. Ooh. Yeah, no, I would have told the driver, just drive it off a cliff. Into the water.
Yeah.
It's over. It's not funny anymore.
No, like, I hope this car's not going to the airport. I hope you're driving me into the middle of a fucking lake. Like...
I hope you're a ghost driving this car. So that way you don't have to go down with me, because this car's going down.
Yeah. Either way.
But anyways, so since she hasn't, she's missing a lot of life experience at this point. She's 24. And actually, low-key, I was like, for once, thank God it's a 24-year-old that doesn't have her life figured out.
No.
Because I certainly don't at 24 years of age. I'm so sick and tired of reading, like, Hannah Grace, I love you, girl. You know I love you. But her characters are 22 with somehow a master's degree, a full-time job while they're getting the master's degree, a baby on the way, married. And I'm 24 and I'm like, I've been a receptionist for 2 years and I'm really proud of the progress that I've made. Oh.
I made my first achievement today.
Yeah, literally.
Since graduating.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Literally.
Today.
It's okay to be 24 and be a little confused about where you want to go.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, for once, that somebody else was a little bit confused about where they wanted to go.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's important that she gets, an office job and some experience, and she has a college degree. She should probably use it. Good idea.
And her parents kind of have been adding some pressure on her, being like, we really want you to, like, succeed and get, like, an office job and get
like,
benefits.
Music is not a good way to go.
And her mom has some, like, some, like, past experience with, like, not succeeding in, like, or her version of succeeding in, like, the arts and entertainment industry, and so she, like, kind of has some reservations about her daughter doing it, and so she's, like, they really want her to take this path of, like, getting a quote-unquote more stable
job,
job. So she's like, you have to hire me back. I don't know what to tell you. Eat the muffins and hire me back.
And so he does.
Yeah.
And so she takes Daisy, her first act of business as his assistant again, is taking Daisy on a walk with her sister. And on this...
this walk.
On the hike with her sister, she's telling her sister, like, I swear to God, having a conversation, like, page 40, we're having a conversation about Zach was so bad in bed, he never made me come, not once. And not only can he not make me come, my body can't orgasm. I'm a scientific anomaly.
Yeah. She said it's literally not, like,
2 things.
Not possible.
My first thing, I am so... First of all, it's page 40.
Yeah.
Second of all, I am so sick and tired of this trope where a girl doesn't know her sexual preferences at all until she meets a man who shows her what she likes in the bedroom.
Yep.
No man has ever
Nope.
shown me what I like in the bedroom, and he never will, because nobody has that much autonomy over my brain. Because it is, frankly, sexual preferences are part of your brain, girl. Not just your puss. Not that I would know.
If anything,
I'm not having sex.
If anything, a man has only shown me what I don't like in the bedroom.
Seriously.
Point blank, period. That has been the only experience I've had of that. If you're trying to show me what I like or not liked in the bedroom, you've only shown me what I don't like.
My point is, I just feel like it is in my opinion, just a little bit anti-feminist. I found taking it a bridge too far, but it just kind of is, like, annoying, and it's like another, like, sexist view of that women need men to show them something.
Yes.
I do not need men to show me how to make a puss come. I know that. I own a rose toy.
Yeah, so this is where I was starting to...
You've lost me.
Where I was getting I was already, like, hanging off the cliff with one hand. This is when I let go on purpose. I was like, okay, no. This is, when I was telling you, like, this book wasn't, like, actively harmful, so to speak, but, like, I found harm. This is where I was finding the harm. Here and in some other places. Because I was like, she credits him with so much in this book, this being one of the things. Because she's sitting here like, I'm broken. I can't come at all. And her sister's like...
And this is I feel like this is not honestly... Really, honestly, not a lot of shade to Stephanie, because, like, this is a cliche, and I feel like every romance novel.
That's true.
Not every, but a lot of them like to be like, I wasn't sexual until I met my boyfriend. It's like, okay, girl, we get it, you're Mormon. I don't know what else to tell you.
Jesse.
It's giving Twilight when she was like, it would be better for Bella to become a vampire than have sex with Edward before marriage. What is going on? Do you know what I'm saying? It's giving you're secretly a Mormon. So think about that. Think about that before you use that trope in your book. Moving on. Her sister also is like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but, like, I was sent this, like, I don't know if she was, like, sent a demo of a song or something. I don't know. I was reading it kind of fast. But either way, she finds out that Zach has a new girlfriend and is also, like, using her songs and is coming out with her, like, music that she wrote, even
Yeah.
though he was clowning on them.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "Ugh, I must go to a coffee shop and cry in public." Actually, I love crying in public. I have to be so honest. I feel like that's the time where I cry the most freely.
Yeah, because you're like...
Once you shed the first tear, it's like, I might as well just start screaming.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, suddenly, like, you're falling to your knees in like, the pain quotidien, and you're like... Everyone's looking at you like, what the fuck? You know what?
Might as well give him a shell.
Right. Yesterday I was crying on the escalator in the metro. And I was like...
Why?
No, happy tears, because I got in my letter. But I was like...
You got in yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
Well, we'll talk about that later. But I was crying on the escalator, and I was like, why is it... I've cried on that escalator several times. Mm-hmm. That specific escalator. And I was like, it feels like every time I'm here, like, I'm putting on a show.
This is fate.
Yeah, like, I was like...
We need to go there and have a seance later.
Right, and then I was like, I feel like I need to put on, like, an Allie and AJ song right now.
Ooh. I do love Ellie and AJ.
I know, me too.
He shows up at the coffee shop and sees her crying, by, I guess, pure coincidence? I don't know. Shows up at the coffee shop, sees her crying, and it's page 44, and he's like, why don't you just move in with me? This is what I wanted to happen with me in my current situationship, and instead I got ghosted.
Yeah. I mean, she literally, like, says one thing about being like, ugh, life is really hard right now. And he's
I'm
like,
living in my sister's house, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, well, what if you just moved in with me, even though I just fired you? Like, I wanted to fire you, and you can
also, you've been my assistant for 2 days.
Yeah.
This is 2 days total at this point.
How confusing.
This is day 2.
It would be if, like, not 5 hours ago,
well, think about it this way. It's Michael Longfellow or that guy that you like. Would you say yes?
Well, absolutely. But, like, think about it, though. I'm still confused. I'm
Sure.
saying yes, but in my head, I'm like,
You're telling the group chat that he's a weirdo, but, like, you're also still moving the boxes.
No, I'm like, he's definitely a weirdo, but, like, I also have an appointment to get my coochie completely waxed in, like, 45 minutes.
Right. You're like, hey, totally unrelated to my previous text message. Do you want to get a wax later? But Pippa takes Jamie's mom to a hockey game because, remember, he works for the Vancouver Storm. I gotta tell you something. If a man works for any kind of, like, if a man even works for any kind of, like, professional sports team, I'm so there.
Listen.
I've actually noticed that about me. I don't like sports. The second I find out they work for or around a sports team, like, I cannot control my puss. It's barking. It's like suddenly, like...
Please. She got a mind of her own. She's taking control. You're leading with your pussy first.
I'm possessed. But anyways, Pippa takes Jamie's mom to a hockey game because Jamie was a little bit apprehensive to take his mom to a sporting event. Mm-hmm. Because remember, on page 2, we were told that Jamie's mom's husband, mm-hmm. aka his dad,
Jamie's mom's husband, right?
aka Jamie's dad, was an alcoholic, and it's not funny, it's serious.
Yeah.
And died in a drunk driving accident. So obviously a sporting event is not the best place to be when somebody is going to be triggered by alcohol.
Yeah.
So actually, she kind of chewed with that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, mom wants to go support her son. So she goes with Pippa, and a waiter spills beer on mom. And she has a panic attack.
Yeah.
This is her first time meeting her. And she manages to calm her down.
Yeah.
Before you say anything, let me just say what I have to say about this.
Okay.
I am really sick and tired of people not giving mental health the love and care it deserves and treating it like it's something that, like, somebody just going, oh my god, you really need to stop. Like, chill out. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I love you. Take a deep breath. It's like, if these are actual, literal, genuine panic attacks, it's like some people compare them to, like, heart attacks.
Yeah.
A stranger telling you to breathe in the bathroom of a hockey game, like, I'm just tired of it. I'm not saying that it's out of the realm of possibility, obviously, but it is just kind of like, again, you have a lot of influence when you're writing a book, and I don't think you should be dealing with mental health when you clearly don't know that much about it, and using mental health as a plot device to make Pippa seem like she's, like, really such caring, a good, kind person. There's a lot of really great, kind people that aren't good with people that have mental health issues, and that's fine, because mental health is a lot of mental illnesses are just that, illnesses. You're not equipped to deal with them, even if you're a really good person. And if you're not going to treat mental health with the love and care that it deserves, then don't write about it. I feel like it is such a trend to like we were talking about with Allie Hazelwood in our last book, it's such a trend to bring up these difficult and weird conversations and mental health and then just dog on them because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So it bothers me, and it bothered me. I was like, and also, mind you, again, it's like page 50. If my boyfriend's mom has a panic attack right in front of me, I'm gonna take her outside and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna call my boyfriend, or I don't know what I would do. But I certainly, it's just...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. This was the second thing that I was like, oh, I'm finding harm in this. Because this is like, okay, what she did to try and help her, like, to be like, okay, let's breathe together, whatever.
Certainly wasn't wrong.
Certainly wasn't wrong. Yeah. Certainly was a valid thing to do. Like, what else are you really supposed to do? You don't know this woman very well. Like, that is the only thing you really know to do. It's the most basic thing to do. But the problem lied in that... Basically, that was what it was resolved within like seconds.
2 pages,
Yeah, within seconds, she was like, I feel
by the time Jamie gets to her,
mom's okay.
She's coherent enough to lie to him.
Yeah, and then not only that, like he and the mom and Pippa herself are like, wow, you're so good with her, like. How did you manage to, like, just know how to do that? Like, you're amazing. Like, you're just so, like, and I'm like, first of all...
Again, a plot device to make her look good it's annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's like, you can just be like, I'm trying to help her as best I can. I went to go find him to get help. Like, it doesn't have, why did we have to make her, like a mental health hero?
Yeah. In
that moment, when, like, she's not.
That itself is unrealistic. She didn't do anything wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
That's not.
But I'm also saying a lot of times that won't work, especially if it's a stranger.
Right. It's like she doesn't. It's not. The way they basically made her seem like, I don't know, Mother Teresa after the fact is what kind of irritated me. And then it's also the way they painted her out after the fact to be like, I went home and did so much research about them. Like, and I was like, girl, like, don't stop. And the mom continuously being like, oh my god, Pippa is so, like, it was so hard. It felt so, like, irritating. It was just very irritating. Yeah. It was extremely irritating. It felt very forced, and it felt very, like, mechanical.
Well, also, I feel like if it was just this author, this is a recurring theme that we've talked about it, like, multiple times on this podcast. It's like, it is becoming a fad, it's becoming a trend. Just because you go to therapy doesn't necessarily mean you're super equipped to handle these difficult conversations. And when you are an author, you have a voice and an influence. And if you're not going to say something good, then don't say anything at all. And that's fine. Frankly, I don't want to be thinking about therapy and panic attacks when I'm reading a book about cock and balls.
Right.
That's another thing. Stop bringing up these difficult topics when we're trying to talk about cock and balls. Talk about the balls and the cock.
Right. Like, sometimes... We don't need to talk about this. I understand that, like, you're trying to, like, sprinkle in some plot, but, let's get real, Stephanie.
Well, also, like, if the plot is she's a musician and he's a hockey player, why do we also have to
get real, Stephanie? Let's get real. There was barely any plot in this.
Yeah.
Don't have the one, like, little plot that you put in there be that.
Yeah.
Where you're basically just irritating me and kind of being, like, half-assing the topic of mental health. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, but the next day, sticking on the topic of getting their family members to like each other, Pippa and Jamie go to a hot yoga class taught by her sister, and she goes, my panties are damp and not in the fun way. Actually, that's kind of me. My panties are frequently damp and not in the fun way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's actually...
I don't have to be doing hot yoga for my panties to be damp and not in the fun way.
I'm just going on a brisk walk. I'm just late for the bus.
I'm just sitting in a chair at work. Yeah. Being a receptionist means your panties are going to be damp and not in a fun way, like, for sure.
No, like, yeah.
But the only reason I included this in the outline was because this was one thing that I actually did kind of enjoy, because, like, as Hazel's leaving, Hazel is Pippa's sister, after Hazel's leaving the class, she, like, looks at her phone and is like, oh my god, every class I have for the next month is booked. And Pippa is like, you knew that was going to happen if you came. And he was like, and I was like, You got me there. It might be a little
Hot.
annoying, but still you got me there.
No, it was hot.
I love a man that's competent.
I know. Okay, yeah. There were moments where I was like, okay, like, be a hot guy. And he was being a hot guy. That was also another gripe I had. There was moments in this book where I was like, do you know what a 25-year-old man acts like? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is not what a 25-year-old man, how he behaves. Like, have you ever met a 25-year-old man? You know, like, this man is at least pushing 32. You know what I mean? Come on.
Well, I don't talk to men, so I wouldn't know.
You've met a 25-year-old man. You've seen him at least in the wild, okay? And I was just like, this is not how they behave.
Yeah, the 25-year-old men that I know are calling women fat at the bar because they don't want to hook up with them.
Right. This man is not 25. So then his behavior was just a little bit too mature, a little bit too, like, confident in himself, a little bit too, like, you know, whatever. He was also just very, like, stern and, like, I don't know, like, gruff is the way to put it, but, like...
He really took charge.
Yeah, he really did. But it was moments like that where I was like, you were showing your like, cute little, maybe, like, youthful side. Maybe you are, like, 27. You're certainly not 25. What even was that sentence?
Oh.
He has the fucking audacity to laugh, buddy.
Buddy! A white person wrote this, assuredly.
No way.
We just get a couple more scenes of them just, like, whoa, hanging out as a couple and flirting, and,
Right now they're not a couple yet, right? They're just like...
Oh, well, come on.
Well, they're not a couple yet. They're just like, you know...
Not technically.
Yeah, they're just
like, for example, like, she plays guitar for him in the middle of the night. Like, there's literally a sentence, I can remember it so vividly, where she's like, after Zach broke up with me, I just, like, stopped hearing music in my head, and now that I've met Jamie, I just, like, hear notes every now and again. And then she plays guitar for him in the middle of the night. It's giving Taylor Swift in, like, 2010, you know, when she was on her Fearless tour, and she'd be like, I don't know, I hear these melodies in my head and I have to write them.
That's exactly what it was.
That's my Taylor.
That was your favorite. Yeah, I saw it.
That's my Taylor Swift impression.
And she does her.
I love her. I have a daylight tattoo. Don't come for me. She does one of these.
Yeah.
That's what Pip is giving. Oh!
I did it right.
So good. Yeah. But anyways, after they are plagued by horniness during all of these events, and finally they kiss at a bar after a game, and they have this, like, intense kiss, and he kisses her, of course, and then tells her, I'm just not looking for anything serious right now. I don't date. If you've ever said I don't date, first of all, you want that bitch so bad.
Yeah.
Anybody that says I don't date to somebody, you're just trying to get them to want to fuck you.
Well, first and foremost, let's talk about the fact that they kissed because after the game, they go to a bar with all the players. And then, out of fucking nowhere, he's like, what if you got on the open mic? Hey, everyone, she's gonna get on the open mic. And then everyone forces her up there, and she has to, like, feign, like, that she doesn't want to go. And she's
humility.
Like, oh my god, no, you guys. And she, like, gets up and goes immediately. That's my nightmare situation.
Being at an open mic.
Like,
watching a woman, or watching an annoying girl sing on a stage, or both.
Both. But more so, like, you know, like, when you're, like, in a group of people, and someone, like, picks you out of a group to, like, do something, you know? It's like, absolutely not. What the fuck? So then she goes up, she sings, and, like, I guess he, like, creamed his pants. He creamed his pants while she was singing because she, like, walks off the stage and then he's like, I have to have you now. And then they kiss. And
Good point. I didn't want to mention that because I actually can't talk too much about the singing or else I'm going to get mad.
Ooh, okay. Fair enough.
But that is true. She did give additional context if you're interested. But she realizes she got invited to a rap party for,
Old Bay.
Yeah, for Zach's rap party. Rap of what? Don't ask me.
His tour.
I could have guessed that. Rap party of his tour. She's like, damn, I got left on the email list. I'm still going, though. Fair enough.
No, she's like, now everyone knows I was invited. I can't not show up. You assuredly can.
Well, also, she was like, damn, there's gonna be free champagne there. Is it worth the humiliation?
You know what?
Is it worth the humiliation? Yeah.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I would bring it up in front of Jamie also just to be like, I wonder if he'll offer to go with me.
And he does.
Right, because then if he offers to go, I'm like, I'm so gonna go because I'm gonna be going with this hottie.
Well, also, free champagne and a hottie.
Free champagne, a hottie who's tall, hotter than my ex, and also famous as fuck.
You better get the wet floor sign. Better find a mop. It's getting sticky
Yeah.
in this bitch. Like, you better get the wet floor signs. My pussy's gonna be leaking.
Yeah. Uh-oh, y'all. There's a flood coming through. Everyone get your floaties out.
But anyways, they're at this rap party, and Zach is, like, visibly jealous of her, and she's like, okay, no shade, but she's kind of looking at this other girl that Zach is with, and is like, must suck to be her.
No, that ass. Not too much on her.
Yeah, girl, he made you miserable.
Yeah, and, like, this
Don't
girl...
bring her into this, and the girl's pretty nice. The girl's, like, normal.
Nice, yeah, and also I felt bad for her, too, because, like, he sees
He is being
Jamie,
shitty to her.
And he literally goes,
horrible.
like...
He goes, awooga!
No... That was terrifying.
If we go to the bar tomorrow night, I'm gonna do that. My way to pull men has started to become me doing my enchant. Have you know the chipmunk from Enchanted, where he's like, apple?
And does that work for you?
I haven't tried it, but it's my new go-to.
What happened to Up Close Magic?
Here's the context of that story. I used to think it would be extremely funny to go up to men at a bar and, like, be like, hey, pick a card. And I still have the deck of cards that I was gonna use to do this. Hand him, so here, you do it. So you pick a card, right? You got your card. You go like this with the deck of cards. You go, is this your card? Hey.
You're the only one laughing while you're like cackling. He's like,
he'd be like, it's nearing.
Again, I have to say, have you met a 25-year-old man?
Oh, but it's not
funny, is it? It's serious.
Anyways, though, going back to the rap party. At the rap party, Jamie's being hot as fuck because he's like, frankly, kiss me. He's looking. They're like, they're basically fucking.
No,
in this
like,
VIP section of the club, they're basically fucking. First of all, we know I love a club fuck.
First and
Second
foremost.
of all, I love when a man is saying, your ex is here, let's make him jealous. The idea of making my ex jealous...
It makes my heart burn.
Doesn't matter which ex, even if I've done them wrong, I still want to make them jealous.
Period.
Your ex deserves death, not jealousy, so...
No, but actually,
But anyways, going back to it, were you enjoying it?
Was I enjoying it? Again, a club fuck is always going to be a 10 out of 10. It's going to be a 20 out of 10.
When I found out there was a party scene, I was like, she's kind of got me a little.
Period.
She had me with the club scene.
Yeah, period. First of all, it was the fact that she was like, first, he's the tallest bitch in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, everyone in the room stopped and stared, and they were like, oh my god, like whispering, being like, oh my god, it's Jamie, it's Jamie, it's Jamie. Like, knowing he's like a famous hockey player. Hot as fuck. Third,
I need that.
the fact that his arm like stayed on her back, stayed on her the whole time. Fourth, when they get up to meet him, the fact that he's like in this like nice suit and her ex-man is dressed.
Michael Longfellow transformed into Harry Styles in 2015 in this moment.
I'm gonna pull up a photo for you later and show you exactly what outfit he was wearing. I have it in my head. I'll tell you right now. It's the Harry the night they went to James Corden and did tattoo roulette. Right.
Yeah, if I saw another woman with a man at a bar wearing that outfit,
oh,
I would have to leave.
Don't call me sir. I am not your sister. I will fuck your man. Wow. Ooh, wow. Like,
I would not do that.
Well,
I'm not on Mr. Fuck Your Man. I love that baby.
Promise you I was kidding. Rebuke, I was kidding. But you know what I mean.
Team Bad Baby.
You know I was joking. But, and then on top of that all, they're sitting in a corner now and they're like basically dry humping.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be kidding me. And he's sitting there and he's like, you actually need to stop moving because like,
if you move too much, it's over.
I'm gonna bust. Like,
I need someone.
That's the end of the sentence. It was great. Except for at the very start of the scene, he goes, "Remember, I'm your goalie. I'll block all your shots." And I was like,
If he would have said that to me, I would have said, "Wait, what does that mean?"
no, like,
What does that mean?
come again?
I guess he means like if Zach's a dick to you.
No, that's 100% what he meant. But pardon?
I wasn't getting that. I was getting what does it... No, I understood what it meant, but I would have said what?
No, right? Like, pardon? Try again. It was weird. Like,
but it's also Harry Styles in the tattoo roulette outfit, so you're like, wait, what?
you're like, that was weird, but I'll let it go because you're really fucking hot.
There's a couple more scenes of just like hockey and in the house and everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like fast forward to the next most interesting part. He gets drunk at a bar one night after a win.
Bro, this actually probably was the most enjoyable part of the book for me because I was laughing so hard.
Oh.
I thought it was so fucking hilarious. Like, what the fuck is this?
He goes on the internet and buys her a rose toy. A thump, if you will. Can you say it?
A thump.
I love the way you say it. You really hit that. You really hit the...
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thump.
Yeah. There you go. You got it.
No.
He goes on the internet and buys her a thump.
Absurd behavior.
This is sexual harassment. Like, I know they're obviously into each other and everything, but it's like, imagine
Absurd.
You're just somebody's assistant and they buy you a fucking vibrator. Actually, we don't have to imagine it. We are assistants.
Yeah.
If any of my bosses bought me any kind of toy, even if there was a flirtationship happening, I would have said...
Right. Which is why I'm saying, like, we have to distinguish the fact that they're not together right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not together.
That's true.
Like, that's why...
it's relevant.
Right. We can't say they're together because they're not. And what made me laugh so hard about this was the fact that when he realizes the next morning they get on, like, their... Because he's at an away game. He gets on his PJ with his, the rest of the hockey team. And he, like, wakes up, he's, like, scrolling through his whatever, gets a notif being like, your package is out for delivery.
Also shipped so quickly.
No,
but you know what? Sex toy companies do that.
They do.
It's like I hit place order and there's a banging on my door.
No.
They're like Santa Claus and his fucking elves. The way their delivery's crazy.
No, really though. And you know what? Period. They're like, if you're ordering this in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m, you need it. That's usually when I'm ordering it.
Yeah. I've only ever had to order... Okay, sorry, this is gonna be TMI, but y'all, I've only had to order one vibrator. I bought that thing in 2021 and it's still alive. And you're telling me Apple can't make an iPhone that lasts more than 2 years?
Let me tell you a story that is... Okay.
After the story, I do need to pee.
Okay. So, a couple months ago, I had my thump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a couple months ago, I was like, I wonder what else is out there.
Yeah, I actually don't have a rose toy and I really want one.
Right. So I was like, I love my thump, but I want to see what else is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I get all my toys from bellasat.co. Mm. If you want to sponsor us or just send us things.
Or Adam and Eve or White Claw or
Yeah.
literally anybody.
Right.
Just send us anything. We'll take anything.
Literally, we will. Because bellasat.
We're receptionists.
Right. But anyway, I get all my stuff from bellasat.co. And so I was looking on their website. Okay? And I think I was like, I was extraordinarily drunk this night. Okay? Extraordinarily drunk. I wake up the next day, and it's like hours had gone by.
Oh no.
Wake up the next day, hours and hours had gone by. I completely forgot I even went on this website. Like, I completely forgot about this. Yeah. I'm sitting on the couch, watching TV, and I get an email. Like, the same thing. I get an email.
Same next day
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
Next day, email that comes in, it's like, hey, like, email receipt for your package. I'm like, what the fuck package? I ordered literally the most expensive fucking toy, and I put in an address that is completely non-existent.
Oh
no. It was half this address to this apartment, half the address to my parents' house. I burst out laughing. I was like, what the fuck was I on? I must have been typing this with my eyes closed. Like, I was so drunk, I did not even remember. I was like, the desperation.
Did you get it?
Oh, you better believe I emailed customer service and I was like, hey,
please.
Clearly I was fucked up. Help a girl out.
Cancel this order?
Cancel and send me a new one. And they were like, sure, queen, no worries. Thank you, guys.
Going back to the toy situation. Again, some more stuff happens in between. She catches him jacking off to her, basically, because she puts her ear to his door and hears her moan his name while he's masturbating. off camera, or maybe on camera, I don't know how much you care. Have you ever just accidentally moaned someone's name while you're masturbating?
Never ever.
This is a thing that happens in romance novels and romance movies all the time.
Always.
And frankly, I've never accidentally moaned, if we're talking about it. Like, like, I don't know what we're talking about. Like, I couldn't help it. I moaned.
No,
you could help it.
You could help it. You could certainly help it.
Moaning is kind of performative.
Yeah.
So,
never ever have I moaned by accident. The pleasure was too good. Like, are you kidding? You don't come off it. Like, what? No, but also it's the fact that, listen, what I was laughing so hard about was the fact that, like, this man was so fucking panicked that, like, he was pushing grandmas over in the airport trying to get home as fast as fucking possible to intercept this package.
And he did it.
He did it. Which honestly is, like, valid, because I would have wanted to intercept the fucking package too. This is crazy business.
You painted a really good picture.
You know, like, he was pushing grandmas. He was beating grandmas to the ground trying to get to his Uber. He
took a break from running just to...
He was like, move! He got in his Uber. He threw a fucking pound of dollar bills at the driver and he said, get me home in 30 seconds. He gets there. He's like, fantastic. The package isn't here. I made it in time. And he gets upstairs and he hears her fucking using it in her room. And he's like, rats. I didn't make it in time.
Nuts.
Right. Her dumbass. First and foremost, the fact that
she thinks her sister got it for her.
That had me laughing as fuck. In what world would your sister buy you a vibrator?
In what world would your boss buy you a vibrator?
You only get that for yourself or your friend.
Somebody please buy me a rose toy.
But
Let's move on.
It's friend. It's only a friend or yourself.
You wouldn't buy your sister a toy?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, of the two, she doesn't have any friends is the thing. So it's like, of the two people that know her address, her boss, her sister, or her parents, who would you guess?
Her parents.
Who would you guess?
Fair enough.
Yeah. But anyways, let's just move on. The next, like, exciting, important scene is... He, of course, uses the toy on her, obviously. So this is, like, the first, like, kind of sex scene. But what bothers me, again, is that, like, she brings up the fact that she's like, I just can't orgasm. And he does this, like, whole grounding thing where he's like, tell me 5 things you see and 5 things you hear. If a man starts therapizing me while I'm trying to use a rose toy...
Out.
Get out, girl.
Out.
Shut up.
Out.
He taught me how to orgasm. No man has ever taught any woman on earth how to orgasm.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. It has only ever been...
Don't even joke about that.
Yeah.
That's serious and dire, hateful, scornful language you're using right there.
It has only ever been, and only ever will be, that you are teaching a man how to give you an orgasm.
But anyways... mid-toy usage. His mom calls him like 6 times, and she's having a panic attack because her friend told her that she would text her when she got home and she didn't. And so her mom's having his mom's having a panic attack, and she calls him. Pronouns are really hard.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling. So they have to go to her house and calm her down yet again. But does he go to calm her down? No, Pippa does. A tumbleweed just to bye.
Not the tumbleweed. Not the tumbleweed. Yeah, this was kind of like, it reminded me...
Again, it's giving like, she's just a really good person. She knows how to calm my mom down when she's having a panic attack. And I'm sure there are people out there that are like that. I'm just saying that it's like, again, you're not giving it the love and care and seriousness that it's... You're kind of undermining the panic attack by saying that simply some stranger can calm you down.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, 100%. It also was just like... It got resolved again within like half a page or something. Like it was so quick that it was like, why even introduce this like issue? Because it was the kind of thing where it was like the sex scene.
It was
happened.
clearly they needed to move on quickly from the sex scene and set up something that's awkward.
Yeah, an awkward conflict, something to like make it
to edge you a little bit, because it's like you got this one sex scene, you're not getting another one.
Yeah, like something's gonna happen that's gonna make them like not be together.
Yeah,
just yet. But it's like, it resolves immediately. But then for whatever reason,
gives,
they're like,
literally,
we still can't be together.
This whole book is giving, like, clown music.
Yeah, like
clown music where it's, yeah,
like, literally.
like, and it's just two clowns running around in circles, like, chasing each other, like, ooh, ooh, you know,
keep slipping and getting up again.
They're slipping on bananas. But yeah, also, we do get introduced to a new character here. It's, Jamie's friends. It's Jamie's friend from high school. And apparently he's just like this huge dick now and is also a professional hockey player. So let's keep count. 2 professional hockey players and a famous singer. All from the same high school.
Right.
You know what my high school has? A Survivor winner.
Thank God.
Cochrane Mentai.
I know. You think I don't know that? He's my favorite Survivor player.
Well, you didn't laugh at my joke, so maybe I was like, oh, she doesn't
Oh no,
know
I was
the
doing
lore.
this.
I was like, oh, she doesn't know the lore.
Of course I know the lore. Not too much on Cochrane.
Let us know in the comments below if you like Cochrane. Anyways, but the only reason this friend is introduced is because he's the love interest for book 2 with Hazel.
Yeah, I assumed that's
similar to Fox and the other one.
Fox and the other one!
From Piper and the other one.
Ooh.
What's the other one? It Happened One Simmer.
Yeah.
Similar to that.
Wow. This girl really took the blueprint from over there, huh? She said Piper and the other one. Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
And for Miller, for some reason, is just being a dick and invites Pippa out on a date, which always bothers me when they do that in a romance novel because, first of all, I could never pull two bitches, so that kind of pisses me off in itself. But it's also like, why would you go on a date after you guys just had an intimate
Why say
moment?
yes? It's the fact that she's like, yeah.
Like, we're just, like, going out as friends.
Yeah. And then she's
meanwhile, he's looking at her like... and it's like, wait.
Right. Also, like, Mr. Man's standing right next to you being like, absolutely
don't want
under
you guys
no
to go out,
circumstances do I want you guys to go out. And she's like, in her inner monologue, she's like, but I don't see why I shouldn't go out. I'm a single girl, and I'm not with anyone, and I shouldn't be with him. It's not a good idea to be with him. Oh my God. Like, and it's like the same conversation over and over and over again in her inner monologue. It's like, I'm so tired.
You know what? Maybe this is what we need to start doing. We just need to start being, like, mean as fuck.
To who?
To the suitors.
To the suitors? What suitors? I don't have any.
Why would you bring that up? Why would you say that?
I don't have any.
But anyways, the next day the date comes and we get our second sex scene because there's so fucking many, but this is the second sex scene and I'm using sex as in intimacy.
Yeah.
He fingers her up against the door with Miller like banging on the outside of the door. I was there.
Hot.
I was there. Yep.
Help, I'm still at the restaurant. I'm still at the restaurant.
You were there.
I was there. I remember it all too well. I was sad. I was sad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's on the door. He's like, what's her fucking name? Pippa. He's like, Pippa, this is so annoying. Open the door. Meantime, in between time, he's
knuckles deep inside of her.
No, like I was gonna say something really disgusting.
What are you saying?
I was gonna say he was finger fucking the fuck out of her. Sorry.
It's okay. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he was. That was so hot. He saw her miniskirt and her tall boots, and he was like,
Well, also, I need you to go on this date knowing that that's not your man. I'm your man.
I'm your man.
And then Jamie opens the door and he's like, yeah, I'm coming with you guys. Fuck out of here. I need a man to care about me.
Ooh, yeah, I know. I would be so. Ooh,
it's like not funny anymore.
Unfortunately, even if he,
I need a man to care about me.
No, actually, like the thing is, even if as he had opened the door and been like, "Oh, I'm coming," by the way, I would have been like, "We're not going anywhere," and closed the door because that display alone would have been like, "We don't need to leave this."
I don't need to go.
Right, we're good.
But while they're on this like group date, low key, we should watch The Bachelor. While they're on this like group date, Pippa literally just goes, "Wait, why aren't you guys friends anymore?" And then
mind your business.
Hold on. The note that I made was, Loki, I understand how I turned into Joey King the way that because I have read so many books similar to this one. I don't know if I've told y'all this, but I'm gonna confide in y'all really quickly. It is my dream to look at a man and say, "Look at me," and have him not go, "Ugh." I've never done it, but I know that's what would happen. I've never done it, but I know that's what would happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Will you say, like, I don't know if I've told you this, but you've told us this every single episode.
Oh, I don't know if I've told them.
No, yes.
Oh, I have. Well, we have a new audience because this video is about to blow up.
No, and I love that.
But that's what I'm saying, is that it's like, I understand how I turned into one of those Joey King. It's like, I read after growing up.
Well, yes. Yes, of course. Like, why would I not want... There's two guys here, like, I'm gonna be the bitch who's like...
Joey King actually serves. I'm a Joey King defender. She's always getting biddies.
You know, her and Sabrina Carpenter are, like, besties.
I did know that. I've been a Carpenter low-key for a long time.
Me too, girl. You know, Fast Times? I was there. You know, bitches recently were like, oh my god, she was a brunette. Guys, clock in.
Anyways, but she does her marketing interview. The interview goes well, and she's kind of talking to Jamie about it. And he's like, why do you not sound excited about the interview going well? And she's like, well, I just want to be Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's like, I just...
Not like other girls.
I think we can all sing, and I want to sing. I also want to mention that at the end of this date, when they're saying bye to Miller or whoever the fuck, she's like, it's so nice to feel like I have, like, a brother. Bitch, what?
Miller's the brother. You
Miller
just met him like 3 days ago.
Miller being the brother in
I
question.
clocked that too. I didn't talk about it, but I did clock it when I read it in the book. Yeah.
I was like,
I've never had a brother,
sway?
but this is what it would feel like. Frankly, I do not feel a brothership, a brethrenship.
A brethren. A brethrenship.
As if brethrenship is a word anyway.
It is now.
Okay. I don't feel it kind of close. I would never call a man a brother because frankly, at the end of the day, that man is always a man. There's no such thing as having a brother unless that's biologically your brother. That man is my brother. He would still fuck you. So what now?
You started this day under the impression that you were going on a date with him.
Yeah.
How did you end this 1 hour sit down at this bar being like, I imagine this is what it's like to have a brother?
Anyways, while they're kind of opening up to each other, he tells the story about why he doesn't date and Erin and how he got her pregnant and everything. Or no, he did not get her pregnant. She was 2 weeks late for her period and he freaked the fuck out and was like, I'm not having a fucking kid with you. You're fucking nuts. I'm 19. I'm not doing that. And
You're fucking nuts.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And
So valid.
no, yeah, for sure. I would say that now when I'm 24. But anyways, he tells her that story and she's like, yeah, I totally get it. Like, I wouldn't want to have had a baby at 19 either. And it's like, you gotta watch out for the man that says he doesn't date. I'm gonna tell you right now, that man is sinister.
Yeah. Sinister vibe. Stay away from him.
Yeah, but he tells her the story and he, like you were saying earlier, now would be an appropriate time to talk about it if you would like to. But, because I'm gonna talk about it right now. He makes this whole story up in his mind that he's like, she dropped out of, she was going to become a supermodel, and then it wasn't for me, like, she just got so depressed that I broke up with her, that she, like, dropped off the face of the earth.
Lost her career, lost her schooling, literally left everything behind, dropped off the face of the earth, and now she's suddenly back in some, like, do-nothing TV show on cable. Girl!
Haven't you done enough?
Right. Not only are you sitting here thinking that my entire life has been dictated by you and your decisions, but now you're making fun of my TV show? Go on a TV show!
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you! Like, how dare you think...
Nicholas Chavez started on General Hospital.
Boom shakalaka!
Up.
Yeah. Not too fucking much. Like, the fact that he is sitting here thinking that, like, the past 6 years... This girl has been, like, down
obsessed
bad
with
boots.
him, yeah.
Like, her life has been ruined because at 19, he was like, I don't know if I want to have a baby with you.
When she wasn't even pregnant.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm sure that, like, she probably, you know, went through some,
yeah.
She probably went through some stuff for a couple months, maybe even
like
a year.
Like we said, the 19-year-old situationships will really get you down.
Those will get you down, they'll last.
Yeah.
Maybe even a year, maybe even a little bit more. But she assuredly didn't give up her whole career, her whole life, her whole everything. Her whole life didn't get thrown off track because of you.
Well, also, you don't know. You're just assuming.
Right, you're assuming. Like, you're really assuming you never spoke to her again.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think you are? But you know what? He's a 25-year-old man. That was very 25-year-old man of him.
Mm-hmm. But then some big drama happens. Because before Zach broke up with her, she wrote a song for him, and she played it for him and his manager, and they basically were like, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. Get the fuck out of here. And you're fat. You're fat, you're ugly, your song sucks. You should kill yourself and jump off a building. And she was like, oh. Well, yes. Come to find out, that's his new single. The way I leaned in to tell...
Everyone on the other side was like... yeah.
Come to find out, that's his new single.
Yeah. They hear it playing in a fucking restaurant.
Yeah, Zach deserved to get his ass beat.
Yeah, suddenly I have a crossbow. Suddenly I'm Alphaba, and everyone has a problem with it. Like, yeah, of course I'm fucking Alphaba.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
You're shocked?
Your name is Zach. Shut the fuck up.
How dare you? First of all, no one believes you wrote a song that good. Your name is Zach.
But, I'm sorry. But this inspires. Obviously, she doesn't take this. She said, no, I'm gonna get back in the stew. I'm gonna be Bad Baby. I'm releasing Miss Whitman.
Right.
And the Miss Whitman in question, I'm so sorry, guys, but if you're an author, you should not write song lyrics into your book. It
Ever.
just never, unless, of course, you're Suzanne Collins, in which case you can do whatever you want.
Thank you. Thank you.
Or Taylor Jenkins Reid. Not that I think she's ever going to write song lyrics in her books, but if she did, I'd be there. Anna Huang knew not to write lyrics in her book. She said, it's not going to come across, it's not going to read well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
She knew her strength, and it wasn't writing song lyrics.
Thank God.
Anyways, but we do get a couple snippets of Pippa, whatever the fuck her name is. Piper, Pippa, Zoe, Jessica, Sophia, Emily, Emma, whatever her name is. And literally the one lyric we see her write is, bet you thought you'd get away with it.
You've got to be kidding.
And the problem is that it's like, when you write that in a book, is that it's like, that's how I read it.
No, literally, like, you have to come up with a tune yourself.
Like, you might have been like,
like, she might have had a completely, like, fire beat laid down for that. But I don't have the fire beat.
But instead,
I have, but you thought I'd get away with it. And I'm like, well, she's an awful songwriter. Damn.
Well, also, that's the best you can come up with is that you thought you'd get away with it. It's not good.
No, like, no.
And for some reason, we skipped over Halloween. Now it's Christmas.
How dare you? You know that any good smut book has a Halloween scene.
No, like...
Also, they're 25 and 24.
You get
they
to wear
celebrate
lingerie.
Halloween.
Yeah, you get to wear lingerie anywhere you want to.
They are 25 and 24. They celebrate Halloween. Don't piss me off.
They're legally obligated to.
Right.
It's
in the bylaws.
That's in the Bible. But anyways, it's the holidays time, and so this is just, I'm just gonna breeze through it because it really doesn't matter that much. For Christmas, he gets her, like, her dream guitar that she mentioned earlier in the book, and he gets her, I know you'll like this, he gets her a jersey with his name on it. Yeah, I know you'd like that. Which, I enjoyed it too, it was cute, it was a nice, pleasant scene. And
Not you read that and you were like, I know that bitch liked it.
Well, that's okay. No, I liked it. I mean, I didn't hate it. But for some reason, all the hockey players come and they sleep on her parents' floor.
What the fuck
I'm
is
sorry.
that?
And can I say something?
Get a hotel.
No, frankly, like, if my boyfriend has friends, girl, they're not my friends.
No, and you know what? That's another thing I was like, you're a pick-me. You guys don't come stay at my parents' house. Fuck no. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Under what circumstances would I ever be like, oh, yeah, the entire Vancouver Storm can come stay at my parents' house.
I was literally just about to say that, is that these are professional hockey players. They have money.
Right. You can go to a fucking hotel. Yeah. And the excuse being that everything is booked in this small... Because she's at her parents' small town in the middle of, like, North Vancouver, I think is where they are. Like, which I'm assuming is just, like, a small like, a smaller, you know, residential area. Like...
It's not New York City.
It's not booked up.
Yeah.
And either way, they have, like, the team bus. Get on the bus and drive to the nearest, you know, Hilton.
Get on a plane, for God's sake. You have a PJ.
You have a PJ! Right. There's no excuses here. You're not staying at my parents' tiny home in the middle of, you know, nowhere.
Yeah.
Also, like, me and my man are trying to bang. Like, get out.
And that's the thing is, they do fuck in her parents' house.
Which was weird.
I'm glad you said that. Like, you guys literally live together. I think you could hold the penis.
Yeah. When I said just now we were trying to bang, like, I actually was joking. Please understand me. That was really odd. Especially because in this scene, they go upstairs.
You make a comment about how you have to be quiet.
Yeah, not even that, but like they're like, okay, we're not going to. And they separate. And then they go into their separate rooms and they can hear each other through the wall. And so I'm like, so then why would you then come back into the room to like mess around? Like, that means that obviously everyone can hear you. If you guys can hear, if you can hear each other through the wall, that means that everyone else can hear you too.
Yeah.
You're not being as quiet as you think you are.
You're never being as quiet.
You're never being as quiet.
Because moaning is performative.
Exactly.
You have to put on a little bit of a show.
Right. The bed's creaking. You're making noises. Like you're not being quiet. So if you can hear across the wall, so can everyone else. That's disgusting.
Also, meanwhile, she also sang at the bar.
I have quite enough of you. Honestly, if I'm the other Vancouver Storm players, I'm gonna be like, listen.
I hate this bitch.
Hey kid, I get that you like your girl, but like, at the end of the day, I'm kind of tired of hearing her sing. Like, can you take her to a different open mic? Like, I'm trying to get a little brewski with the boys, and I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing her sing the same damn song.
Girl, it's New Year's Eve. I do not want to hear her sing.
I'm tired of hearing her sing "Me" by Taylor Swift.
And you know this is what she was singing for show.
Yeah.
But also, I just want to make. There was just this one comment that like really. I don't know if this also bothered you, but she goes, I was like so addicted, and suddenly I realized like it was my dream to be on the stage. She says, I'm Pippa Hartley, I say into the mic, and they cheer. Every person in the, this is her fantasizing. She goes, every person in the arena bought tickets to see me, but I like to introduce myself at the beginning of every show. It's my thing. Have you ever been to a concert? Taylor Swift introduces herself. Everyone does that.
Everyone introduces themselves.
Girl, have you ever listened to music?
Like, have you ever been to a concert?
I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to worry.
No, like, I'm starting to, like, wonder if you've done, like, an iota of research. That's research, mama. You can watch concert videos online.
Let's research. Mama's gonna make me laugh every time.
I know.
It's hilarious.
Like, what the fuck? Everyone says, hi, guys. We're Paramore.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, she's doing this because her man obviously says, do this visualization exercise and you'll know what you want to do with your life. And after this exercise, she's like, I've got it. I'm going to record an album and send it to, I don't know, record labels.
She sends it to a producer called Ivy Matthews, I believe is her last name.
Yeah.
And she gets to work with her. Ivy calls her immediately.
Like,
I imagine it
was
the
next day.
I imagine it was a please situation, like Sabrina Carpenter hearing back from Jack Antonoff. She's like...
No, like, it was giving... Literally, when I tell you, it was giving, like, she's
Ivy is one of the cuntiest names I've ever heard in my entire life.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, great Taylor Swift song.
Ooh, yeah.
First of all, it was literally giving, like, okay... She stood in the middle of this forest with him, and he said, who do you want to work with? And she said, Jack Antonoff. And he was like, what if we just called him up? And she was like, okay. And then she called him up, and then the next morning...
Jack Antonoff was there.
Yeah. Do not piss me off.
Yeah.
And then she went and was in the stew.
In the stew, and also Jamie's there. She didn't invite him at all. He's there.
He showed up. And she also makes a point of saying, like, it's a closed studio. Like, it's just us here. She opens her eyes after singing a song with so much passion. Because she's really feeling the music. Jamie's here.
It's Me by Taylor Swift.
I was just doing a cover because I was really feeling it. Yeah.
But he decides to get dinner with his ex, and his ex is like, what the fuck? He's like, I ruined your life, and I'm really sorry for that. And she's like...
Girl, I'm pregnant and married.
And happy.
And I have a job on cable.
Yeah, and she's also like, yeah, I know a lot of people think it's, like, laughable that I do my job that I do because I'm on a soap opera, but I enjoy it. It's steady work, and I get to go home, and I don't have to work all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And she lists all these great reasons to do the job that she likes doing.
Right.
You're so self-absorbed. You let this bother you for so long.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
It's such a man thing to do.
Right. Like, how dare you sit here and think that you are...
You decided my career path.
Yeah, it's all because of you I somehow ended up in this situation. Like, God forbid I was like, I actually think I would love to be a soap actor and be on this television show. Like,
yeah, and have, like, a steady job.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah.
Maybe it was my dream to be on Days of Our Lives. That's a lot of people's dream.
So what?
That's a really stable job.
Yeah.
Like, and it's an
You'll
acting
never
job.
be out of work.
Literally.
Yeah. And you'll get to do something you're passionate about.
Like,
yeah.
Bro.
But while he's there, he's like, yeah, I'm going to this charity gala not too long from now. And she's like, go to this dress shop, tell them my name, you'll get a dress. But the only reason I'm bringing this up is because while they're there, Pippa gets a text from fucking Zach. And Zach is like, by the way, this is the second text that he sent her, because earlier in the book he sent her a text. I didn't bring it up because I wanted a dramatic flair to my storytelling. He texts her, this is the second time now, because she blocked his number the first time.
Yeah.
He goes, I think you changed your number. I was trying to text you.
Oh yeah.
Creating a text now number to text your ex.
Oh, girl. No, he emailed her.
Have you done that?
That was desperation.
Oh, well, not too much on emailing your ex. I've certainly done it.
Oh yeah. He went.
To be fair, I knew I was blocked. I just still emailed him.
Yeah, he was just so deluded. He was like, I think you changed your number.
Also telling me, I think you changed your number. That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Babe, you forgot to tell me your number. Oh my god.
But in the interim, between the charity gala and the dress fitting, he still finds time to fight Miller in the ice rink. I couldn't tell you for $1 billion why they fought and what it does for the plot of the book.
No.
I don't know, because I thought they made up. Because didn't Miller sleep on her floor, like, not 2 months ago?
Right.
What are we talking about?
Right, him and the rest of the Vancouver Storm. Actually, he's not even part of the Vancouver Storm.
So why is he even there?
Right, exactly. I think it's actually brought up at one point where they're like, aren't you not supposed to be around here because you're not even on our team? And he's like, it's actually fine if I hang out with you guys as long as we don't discuss our plays. Unnecessary. It's stuff like this that we could take out in order to cut the book from 500 pages to like
400
300
pages.
Right.
This book is 400 pages.
Right.
Way too long for a romance novel.
Could be 250. Right. Why are we boxing? Could not tell you what started this issue. All I know is that they're throwing punches now. What's going on? And then for whatever reason, it's like after they throw the punches, they're like, we're good. What?
Y'all, I tell you, if
and we're supposed to chalk it up to just like
even a
they're
slight argument between me and my friends is enough to question my friendships with them. Not a slight argument, but if you're throwing insults my way, it's done. If you're throwing punches my way,
if we got into a physical,
if you and I got into a physical altercation, I don't know what would happen to the point where we would need to start hitting each other. Like I don't know where we would need to go.
I could never in my life imagine like getting someone physically violent with you.
Yeah. Especially somebody that you call a friend. Like
what on earth?
And they're like, I don't know, it was just a long time coming, it needed to happen, and now we're good.
What? Like the fact that they do that and they're like, all right, cool. Like our issues are settled. They don't talk about it and they don't discuss anything. What the fuck? And she's in her POV, she's just like, ugh, men are so silly. Didn't even have to talk about it. They just they just need to do that.
I think it is so embarrassing when men fight. I think it is so like such just like an open display of you cannot control your emotions at all. And like men that fight are also the same type of men to call women crazy.
Yeah. It's so humiliating. Why the fuck are you getting physically violent? Again,
especially girl, you're at work.
Right. They're also like not fighting over
there's no
nothing.
Reason.
Yeah, fighting over nothing for no reason, not discussing it before or after, just fighting because you feel like it, and then being like, all right, I think we settled that. This is like 10 years worth of beef settled over a fist fight. What?
I just needed to hit you, I guess.
Right.
I've never needed to hit anyone in my entire life.
No.
Well, except maybe your ex. I do kind of want to hit him.
Me too.
We're like, I could never fight anyone.
Well. Very odd. Very odd. Also, it's like we hit each other and now
also didn't need to be in the book because they're already friends, no?
Right. They were already hanging out. Like they had their beef, but they were still hanging out. They squashed the beef. They were still hanging out.
Yeah.
So it's like they could have just slowly resolved it.
No, why would they? We needed this book to be 400 pages.
Let me reference an ancient text.
The Bible?
The Twisted series. Alex and Josh. Over time, they just figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to fist fight to get into it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe over time we can just sit down with a cold beer and be like, yeah, that wasn't cool, but, we'll get over it.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. Also, no apologies.
Right, nothing. I guess, like, there's going to be another book, so, like, maybe it'll be there, but it's like, I highly doubt it.
Yeah. I'm not reading the second book to hear the apology.
Over my dead body!
Yeah, no.
Like, no.
But finally, it's time for the charity gala.
Thank God.
They go to a hotel. I love a hotel room fuck. They do several hotel room fucks. She wears fancy lingerie for him. They fuck in the hotel room. Mm-hmm. They do anal. It's becoming a recurring theme.
Laying, yeah. Ooh, the standing.
Bed, floor, shower. sink.
Yeah.
Up against the door in a hallway of the hotel for some reason. Up against the window.
Yeah.
In the dining room for some reason.
Hanging off the top of the building.
Out of the window. It's crazy. But for some reason Zach is there. I don't know why. But for some reason Zach is there and he confronts her and he's like, you're amazing. Like, I made a huge mistake and I shouldn't have broke up with you. And she was like, yeah, you shouldn't have. And that's kind of it. It was anticlimactic. You know what should have happened? They should have cut the fighting scene. He should have just fist fought Zach.
Yeah.
Because frankly, she can stand up for herself and have him, he can still get his ass beat.
Yeah.
We can have both. And I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with her standing up for herself and being like, I don't need you. You were horrible to me and I'm going to follow my dream.
Yeah.
And guess what? I got to work with Ivy Matthews and you didn't because you're a fucking loser man.
Ooh.
And you can't write a song to save your life.
Ooh.
And then Jamie could say, yeah, and you know what else?
Exactly.
And I would have been so fine with that.
Yeah.
And, like, even if that was 30 pages, I would have been fine with that.
I would have been clocked in.
But, like, he doesn't even, like, say anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't apologize, nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
after...
yeah, and it's the issues that we spend, like, the last, like, 60 pages, like, amping up this, them, like, meeting at this charity gala, being like, oh my god, I have to see him, I have to see him, I have to see him. But then we see him, and it's like, okay. She's like, I don't need you.
And he's just like, oh.
Well, damn. And he leaves. Also, what, I got so fucking irate when the sister pulled up while they were having the conversation and she goes, finish him. Who do you think you are? And I'm not talking about the sister. I'm talking about you, the author. Who do you think you are writing that into that book?
Finish him?
Finish him. That is not a thing that humans say in actual sentences, in actual conversation.
That's a millennial right there.
No, like, again, I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Millennials need to stop trying to be funny. Like, what? And if you were in the middle of, like, a beef...
If I was in the middle of a beef and you walked up and said, finish him, I would turn around and be like...
Well, you just fucking ruined it.
Yeah, no, like, you would be getting punched in the face after that. That is what would cause a physical altercation.
No, now we're physically fighting.
Yeah.
If I was with my ex, after, like, years, and I finally had that moment of, like, getting to have my you know, my moment.
I'd be doing one of these.
Right. But instead of doing that, you go, finish him. My head would turn like an owl.
Yeah.
So my head turns on my body.
It would actually be hilarious. Like, it would be really funny. But no, I would never do that. I'd be like...
Right, because why would you do that?
And then I'd be like, and you have a fucking Squidward nose, and I know you joke about it, but it's not fucking funny.
It's serious.
But anyways, after the charity gala, the, like, big climax of the book, luckily there's no third act breakup. But what does happen is...
For the first time.
And you know what? I gotta give her props for that.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of third act breakups.
Yeah.
His mom goes to the ER because she has a panic attack so bad that she crashes her car, and he goes to the hospital and he's like, I thought you were on your fucking meds. And she's like, I'm not taking those fucking meds, they make me sweat like a fucking pig. Or, she didn't say that, but that's what anti-anxiety meds do to me.
The thing is, like, about halfway through the book, the mom kind of falls off. Like, she gets lost in translation. Like, she's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
that's true.
It, like, really genuinely, like, it's like, she's there, and then
she was like, I need a third act disaster, but I don't want to have a third act breakup.
Exactly.
They should have sent Zach to the hospital.
Period. Like, but the thing is, like, genuinely, like, the mom disappears, and basically they have her disappear by being like, she's like, oh, like, I really appreciated all the help that Pippa Piper Sarah gave me, that, like, I'm gonna really take this seriously and start going to therapy, and I'm gonna get back on my meds, and, like, I'm really gonna, like, start taking this serious again. All because of Pippa Piper's help. Which is another, again, very crazy thing to say, that she's now suddenly, after all this time, gonna, you know, take these steps just because of this random ass girl. Mm-hmm. It's very disrespectful, it feels like. But
we're also saying fuck you to your son.
Right. Feels very weird. But again, after that moment, this is after, like, that second panic attack, after, like, that first intimate scene they have, she, like, falls off completely. So then suddenly, like, literally, this is the second to last chapter, chapter 69. She's in the hospital, and he's like, what happened to all the things? And she was like, girl, I was never doing that. The fuck? And he's like,
He reads her for filth, and actually, so fair.
Yeah.
I understand his frustration. He's basically like, I moved all the way home to take care of you, and you won't even take care of yourself. Ooh. Ooh. But then, of course, Pippa pipes up. Pippa pipes up! Oh my god. Because he's like, I love Pippa, and I'm gonna be with Pippa. And then Mom goes, does Pippa love you? And she goes, yeah. Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Why were you listening?
Why are you? Yeah, go back to the waiting room and don't listen. And especially, Pippa, don't pipe up.
Right. Bitch! Didn't I tell you to wait in the car? Like,
if he's not gonna say it, I will.
Right.
Pippa, get in the car.
Wait in the car.
Like, I hate when romance novels try to, like, integrate the families too soon. It's like, that is not your fucking family. The thing is, if you're too nice to my dad, I don't like that.
No, it's like, I get why
you need to
she
be
wants
polite
to...
and respectful. You don't know my dad. That's my dad.
No, it's like, I get why she wants to be there and, like, be supportive, but it's like, there comes a line. Like, don't stand at the door and listen to our conversation.
And
like,
pipe up.
Yeah, and, like, pipe up and also answer the question. Like, we're having a very private, like, very intense conversation
and they just laugh.
about my...
They both just laugh.
About my parents' mental health. Like...
Mm-hmm. Well, she's in the hospital, mind you.
Right, like, don't sit there and listen and then also respond. Like, at least if you do accidentally overhear, don't pipe up.
Mm-hmm.
Shut your trap.
Assuredly.
Like, girl, my God. So, it's just very, very odd behavior on all ends. But, again, the mom's like, well, okay.
I guess I'll go to therapy. And that fixes your mental health and you never have to do anything about it ever again.
I was like, okay. I also just kind of like, why he was under the impression that he couldn't, like, be in a relationship and also be there for his mom. I'm like, not quite sure, but, like, okay. I mean, he was really sitting there like, I'm gonna be with Pippa and, like, you can't stop me anymore. Like, you have to.
She was like, I wasn't trying to stop you.
Right. She, like, you know, you can't put me in this position where I can't be with the woman I love and, like, you know, just because you won't take care of yourself. Girl, be with her.
As if mom cares.
Be with her. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, to be fair, they were having that very intimate moment and they did have to go check on her.
True. So, I mean, that's true, but still.
I see your point, but also I think the book was set up in a way for that comment to make sense. I think his comment made sense in the context of the story. Does it make sense generally speaking? No. But did it make sense in the context of the story? Sure.
I guess, but even still, it's like, yes, in that moment, that happens, but that's true of anyone. You know what I mean? Like, that's true of anyone who, like, has a family member who deals with mental illness, or true of anyone who has a family member that they take care of. You know what I mean? So,
Wait, I love leaving sweater paws.
I know. You can't, like, you have to, bitch. That's true of anyone who is taking care of someone. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can be a caregiver, and you can still be there for someone.
While and have your own life, yeah.
And have your own life and be in a happy, healthy relationship, you know? You can't necessarily tell the person that you're taking care of, like, it's your fault that I can't be in a relationship. Hello?
It was a little bit out of left field.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very crazy thing to say, and you're placing blame on them, being like, I'm lonely because of you, because I'm taking care of your ass.
I also think it's fair for him to be like, I moved home to take care of you.
Oh, 100%.
And yet you're not taking care of yourself.
That is valid.
I'll give you the dating.
That is 100% valid. The dating thing, I don't think so much. That is like, you can 100% have your own life and date and, you know, be in a healthy relationship. Just don't throw it in my face and be like, I can't have these things.
Especially I'm in the hospital, girl.
Bye.
I just got into a car accident.
Right.
But the book wraps up. She obviously gets everything she wants. She turns down the marketing job, and Ivy calls her back, and they produce an album, and then she goes on tour with Ivy.
7 months later.
Yeah, don't piss me off. I hate epilogues.
Again,
well, I don't hate epilogues, but I think the thing is a lot of romance novels, they're buttoned up. They're together at the end. Unless, like, an epilogue is only helpful if it's, like, you're kind of, like, here's the story, and it can go either way, and then here's my epilogue of, like... Or if you're, like, it's 30 years from now, and it's, like, 2 pages, and it's, like, they have a baby.
Yeah. Girl, epilogues be so long sometimes, and it's like you're throwing so much information at me. First and fucking foremost, let's do some research, mama. They're not going on tour 7 months.
The album's not even out 7 months later.
Right.
Yeah.
We're still rolling out the single.
Yeah, but while we're talking about it, also, Miller has decided to transfer to the Vancouver, I was going to say to the Vancouver Storm, so that way they're setting up. I don't know for certain because frankly I have not done any research into this book series because I do not want to read book 2.
No.
But I mean I will if this video does well and you would like me to, but otherwise no. But
it's pretty clear
to set up book 2 to be with Hazel.
It's like the very last sentence of the book is like, Miller got traded to the Vancouver Storm.
As if he hasn't been flirting with her the whole book.
The entire book has been them, like, having, like, chase glances. Okay. Oh, also, like, before that happens, what's his face? Jamie. What's his face? Jamie proposes to her.
What is the time frame here?
Literally 7 months after the events of this book. And in the proposal, he's like, I know we're still young. I know we haven't even been dating a year.
He proposed to her on the ice.
On the ice
I forgot
at
about
the first game of the season, of the new season.
What if he lost the game?
After she sings the national anthem, mind you. Yeah, and then he comes and skates over and he proposes to her.
Over?
Well. And he's like...
No, just, it put an image in my mind of him skating and I was like, oh wait, yeah.
And then... The thing, just like the idea of him sitting there and literally being like, I know we've been together less than a year, but when you know, you know. We've been together less than a year. What is wrong with dating?
What's up with a long engagement? Okay. But they're not serving long engagement. They're serving getting married next week.
Yeah.
I just want to wear a ring.
Yeah, the rock he gave her, though?
That's what I'm saying. I really want a nice rock. And I don't care if we break up. I want a nice rock. I'm keeping that ring. Anyways, go ahead and give me your rating.
Yeah, so that's how the book ends. Obviously, this is a series. I don't know if the second book is out already or if it's on the way out or what.
Give me your rating.
Girl, that was like a 1.5.
It's a 2 for me only because, well, actually, I revise. It's a 3 only because after reading Ali Hazelwood, I'm sorry, girl, but I'm sorry, but after reading Ali Hazelwood, I have to revise my rating score. So 3 is maybe I didn't like it so much, but I also feel like it was just fine. It was just okay, you know, like there was nothing harmful about it. It just wasn't that great. Writing wasn't great, story wasn't great, but also, like, it's a smutty book, and I can't fault her too much for that. Anything below that is, like, maybe you've said something harmful, or it's just, like, really, really, really bad. And then anything above is, like, I actually liked it.
Yeah.
So, you get a 3, 4, I feel like it's fine. If I was really down bad and really just wanted, like, a fluffy, light romance, like, I probably would have enjoyed it, but... Frankly, we've read so many fluffy light romance novels that it's like we've oversaturated ourselves.
On
so it's
fluffy
like
romances, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like there was no real story, there was no real plot, but I also don't think that's necessarily like the worst thing somebody could do.
Yeah.
The writing was not the best. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think for me also, it's like when I listen to this.
Oh, you were listening. That definitely makes a difference.
It changes things a lot.
Yeah.
It changes things a lot. That's all I can really. Yeah.
You can read it, Laura. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
No. I know. I'm saying like it changes things. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like everything that we say, plus the fact that like you're listening to it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's
how
like.
Did they sing the "Bet You Thought You'd Get Away with It"?
Oh.
How'd they say it? How'd they say it? Do you remember?
I don't think they sang it. They were just like saying the lyrics, obviously, but I remember them saying it and like. Obviously, like, in my head, I'm coming up with a tune because it's a song.
I bet you thought you'd get away with it.
Yeah.
That's our duvet single.
Our first t-shirt, our merch is going to say, bet you thought you'd get away with it.
Well, like, girl, I'm sorry, that's a horrendous lyric. That's bad.
You're not a good songwriter, clearly.
Well, also, that's the one lyric we get in the whole book is, like, bet you thought you'd get away with it. It's not that good.
It's giving kids bop. Kids Bop down.
It's not great.
Yeah, so it was like a 1.5 for me. And like I would probably give it like a 2, but that 0.5 was just for like the audio element. But you know, I kind of bounced back and forth between like listening and actually just reading the book. So you know, either way, you're right. I think I also just need to come up with like I need to like really sit down and like think about what my scaling is gonna look like going forward, and like how I should rate things based on like what's harmful to me and what's just like
Yeah.
and then what's really good. That's a good idea. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't have anything like really like crazy to say either way about this. It was just kind of like nothing.
Very forgettable.
Yeah, it's like after this we wrap this up in like 2 minutes, I'm gonna be like, okay, forget about it forever.
Yeah.
Unless like, you know, one day I'm like, he really threw that grandma to the ground. You know?
Yeah.
But
well,
other than that, that's it.
That's all we have for you this week.
Yes.
If you would like more from us, please, please, please subscribe. We love doing this podcast, and we would love to be able to have more time to do it. So please subscribe, like this video. Please suggest any books that you would like us to read. We will even read the second book in this series if literally anyone asks us to.
If you ask us to, we will. I won't complain about it. I'll do it. I swear. Our next 2 books, if you want to read them before our episodes come out.
Next 2.
Yeah, baby. It's going to be Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. And then, if all goes well, by the time that next episode comes out, it'll be
I'm following.
the next Hunger Games.
Yeah. If our next episode is the next Hunger Games, you're just going to have to forgive us because, frankly, priorities.
Priorities. Like, if that... Babe. I've been waiting for that book since before I was born. So, you know the vibes.
But anyways.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. Watch the video. I'm recommending to you watch it. I picked it specifically for you. Please watch it.